A man used to be irritable and uptight all of the time. He was bothered by the fact that he had to carry all of the house's bills, and he was responsible for the entire family. One or more relatives kept paying him visits, thinking about all of this. He used to be easily irritated, scolding his children and arguing with his wife over various issues. His kid approached him one day and pleaded, "Father, please help me with my homework." The father chastised his kid and chased him away. But, once his rage had subsided, he rushed to his son's room and saw him sleeping with a copy of his homework in his hands. Mann looked at the copy and was ready to put it back when he noticed the title of the homework. "We didn't like them at first, but we subsequently recognized they were good." Out of curiosity, the youngster was required to write a paragraph about this title. Mann began reading what his child had written. "I'm grateful for my final examinations since they didn't appear promising at first, but there are school breaks after that. I am grateful for drugs that taste horrible at first and are unpleasant, yet they treat my disease. I am grateful for the annoying alarm clock that wakes me up every morning and reminds me that I am alive. I am also grateful to God for providing me with such a wonderful father, who scolded me at first but later got me toys, fed me delicious meals, and took me on walks." After reading his son's homework, the words scribbled by his youngster resurfaced in his head. The man had an epiphany. He sat down for a moment and began to reflect about his problems. "I have to face all of the house expenditures, which means I have a house and, by God's grace, I'm in a better situation than people who don't even have a house. I have to be responsible for my entire family, which includes my wife and children. By God's grace, I am more fortunate than those who lack a family and am alone in this world. My friends and family continue to visit, indicating that I have a social position and people to support me in my joy and grief. Thank you, God, for everything. I'm sorry I didn't notice your generosity." All of his anxieties vanished as he reflected about his problems, and his perspective shifted. He raced into his kid's room, kissed his son on the cheek, and began thanking his son and God. Similarly, in our lives, if we continue to look at our problems from a negative perspective, we will remain troubled and irritated. However, if we look at the same situation from a positive perspective, our perspective and thinking will change our way of life. Finally, you must zoom out on the single object. You have some influence over his point of view. You have no control over your situation, but you can choose how you see it. I hope you found this tale useful. Continue to rise.
Please subscribe to my channel Lessons of Life and press the bell notification icon.